So the hood, start like roughly around the neck, like where his neck / chin should be.
Okay.
And do just a little bump, and that's going to be the inside of the hood. So that's going to be darker.
I keep switching to the eraser.
So it's going to be like a little thing like that. So if this is his head.
Like that?
Yep. And
A
then
little too far though, maybe.
we're going to start a little bit further out.
Okay.
And you're going to kind of swoosh it because you want the pocket of the hood, right? And then it's going to come up and meet because we're saying that like the hood is kind of on his shoulder a little bit because he's a little messy.
Like a little too much, you think, right there?
So I would have the lowest part be somewhere around there. So in Animal Crossing, who is your favorite?
Lucky.
Lucky?
That's what you're gonna say. You're gonna say what's my favorite? What's your favorite
neighbor? Resident?
100% Lucky. Because
Why
it's a dog.
Lucky?
It's a dog that is not very lucky. He's literally wrapped up in bandages. That's literally the whole entire dog. His face is wrapped up in bandages.
Let's pause from drawing for a second and do a deep cut. What happened to Lucky?
Nobody knows. Well, I don't know.
What do you think? Like, if we had to speculate, what happened to Lucky? Like, does he just have really bad mange? Is this what happens when Tom Nook doesn't sell enough nets and nobody stops the fleas?
That's a good question. I would say something about, well...
Or did, like, Gulliver, like, push him overboard? He's Gulliver's, like, secret...
No, I think
rudder from another rudder.
I think Lucky is just terribly unlucky and just keeps hurting himself.
That's fair. I can relate. I am always injured.
You're a klutz.
I am a klutz. I fully admit this.
I will get this sweatshirt hood right. Or I guess hoodie, right? How's that?
Yeah. And then I just kind of...
put 2 lines in there too
Yeah.
for wrinkles.
For the wrinkles. So that looks a little less awkward. I don't know. I always feel like my drawing is awkward, so I always like am attempting to find ways to make it less like that.
Have you not seen my drawing right now?
You're fine. Everything's fine. This is fine.
This is not fine.
I'm like the dog with the flames behind me. Like, this is fine. Everything's fine. Fun fact, guys, we hacked off the fern a little bit to make it fit between us because it was smacking Ryan in the face.
It literally was eating my back.
If you want a behind-the-scenes peek, maybe at the end of the video I'll hold up all the dead fern leaves now. Although with ferns, I think you can replant them like that.
Oh, wait. I gotta make the face now. I'm ready for the face.
Okay, so his face...
I'm ready for the face.
Again, the beans. Like, he is all about the beans. I think I was just really into poutine one night when I was drawing this. Like, all about the toe beans.
Oh, Lord.
So, he has... kind of like... You know when Charlie Brown would, like, scream? Like, ah, where his face was like...
I was never a big Charlie Brown person when I was growing up,
So that's kind of how Charlie Brown's face went.
Okay.
So that's kind of how your guy's face actually goes. Except yours... Oh, I did that upside down. There we go. Because he's just got like a big old open mouth.
It's not bad, actually. Look at that.
No. Alright, so that's his mouth.
Okay.
And then he's drooling.
Drool.
The drool is the key here.
Okay.
So, the drool has to start in the mouth. And then it's gonna come down into one big old glob.
Big ol' glob.
I could say something really inappropriate, but I'm not going to.
I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
It's a first.
Now.
I'm actually gonna make this.
No, it doesn't look right at all. I think I'm drawing penises. Accidentally.
See? You went there, not me.
Because I'm drawing this horribly, and it looks like a penis. can't get the drool right.
So other than Dewey, have you ever lived with any of the other people that hop into your streams?
I lived with Peter.
With Pete?
PB or Petebot or Peter Pan, as I call him. He hates that.
That was a time.
That's a time. That sounds like a hot take.
Hey Ryan.
What?
You want to tell the stories about what we used to do to Pete?
Besides bother him all the time?
Well, yeah, but it involved bothering him. Like,
I can't. Hold on. I can't draw this. I can't get the purple.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So start out on where you want the biggest part of the jewel to be. Do like an oval, and then at the widest, if we were to do quarters, right? Okay.
Okay.
So then if you were to divide that into quarters, that's thirds. Half and then half again.
Oh my lord. I'm doing great. We're killing
You're fine.
it.
You're fine. You got this. Okay.
We're
So at the
killing
top
game.
quarter, if this is your little drool blob,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the top little dots,
Okay.
we're going to bring it up and in. So that's how you're going to make it.
Like that? Or do you mean like...
Yeah. So it can be skinnier when you come up. Because if you notice, this is only going about halfway
Gotcha.
on that. Yep. That works. And then we just erase the little mouth bit where the drool is overhanging, but you leave the mouth showing on this side. So it's like a
Like
pool
that?
that's overhanging. Yep.
We're learning, guys. We're learning. We did it. Yeah.
And then the last thing for the sketch is to write the word Rybo.
That's gonna be a fail and a half. My handwriting's not very good.
oh shit. Gonna open a tab for Cheever who's actually streaming.
There you go.
That's as close as Rybo as you're gonna get.
Alright, so that's our solid sketch layers. It gets easy.
Oh lord.
So now that you have the
Gotta get
foundation,
coloring portion now?
well, we have to do the outlines.
This sounds hard.
Okay. So you're gonna add a layer.
That was the hardest part. It gets easier.
Yeah. The longest bit is the sketching, because now that you have your foundation, you're just going over top of it.
Gotcha. Erase that. Slides are not bothering me. Oh no, I'm in layer 2, that's why. Alright, what's this next step? I'm ready.
Alright, so you added a layer.
Yep.
You're gonna select layer 2,
Okay.
and that's what you're gonna draw on.
Okay.
Keep your layers open. So see the N for layer 1? You're gonna touch that, and you're gonna lower the opacity to about halfway. This way you can actually see where your lines are.
Okay.
Alright, and then when you're... There you go. So with layer 2 still selected, which it is because it's
Okay.
blue, you're going to tap on the paintbrush
Paintbrush.
and hit inking.
I was looking on the
okay.
sides.
So we're going to ink it in black.
Oh, inking is right there. Look at it. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Nemo mini ink. So we're going to go over our lines.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this.
So every time you ask me for a real quick graphic, this is what I go through.
I feel hated on now. I feel judged. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Look at that. I beat you. Take that.
All right. So we're now gonna go over our lines. I'm gonna decide to do this easy.
Actually.
And you can move the canvas around, which I do a lot. Half the time I am drawing upside down, which probably says something about me somewhere, but
Most likely. I mean, what?
who knows? So, other than gaming, what have you been doing to cope with the craziness going on in the world?
Well, in reality, I am obviously still mostly gaming and doing that kind of stuff, but then I also have been doing a lot of YouTube content, editing to keep myself fresh for YouTube as well. But that's pretty much it overall. Like, I mean, obviously I'm streaming and I'm playing video games and stuff like that. But well, other than that, I'm just kind of doing the whole creating content on YouTube and stuff like that to keep myself busy. There's not much we can do right now.
Yeah.
Very limiting.
If there was only one food that you could eat for the rest of quarantine, what would it be?
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers? From a specific place or like in...
No, just in general.
In general?
That or pizza. I'm a big advocate of pizza and burgers.
So pineapple on pizza?
I swear to God. Ask me that one more time. That is just the nasty.
I think for your birthday stream tomorrow, I'm going to DoorDash you food again, and I'm going to make sure that it's pineapple pizza.
Pizza? Ugh, the worst.
And if you don't eat it, I will take great offense.
Oh, I'm not going to eat it. I understand what you're saying, though, with the whole, like, you don't want to put your hand on the...
Yeah, it's infuriating.
Yeah. I understand your struggle now.
Yeah, I've been dealing with that for 2 years now. So he's referencing I got myself this handy dandy glove very recently, and I didn't know that they made them. Otherwise, I would have gotten it a lot sooner. But I really, when you're drawing with Procreate or a lot of drawing apps on even Wacom's and all that, a lot of times there's shortcuts that are linked to how you tap or put your hand and points of contact on the screen, and unfortunately, I mean, it's very handy that I have 2 points of contact tapping really quick as undo, which is very handy. However, when you don't want it to undo something and the side of your hand keeps tapping it, gets really infuriating really quick. So I finally found these. I actually think that it was a freaking like Instagram, like somebody trying to sell me something ad, because I follow a lot of other artists, and they hooked me. Like, I have zero shame in admitting that the Instagram ad totally nailed it. Like, whatever robot algorithm or whatever poor, like, Jake from State Farm Instagram employee was sitting in the background watching all of my, follows and shit to get me the right ads. You nailed it, Jake from State Farm. So...
I never had to feel like I'm concentrating more in my life than trying to get these lines right, and it hurts.
Don't hurt yourself.